Making his way to the cage right now is Christopher BRYAN. He's been training for about 3 years, but he's been training in everything. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, wrestling, and boxing. He's only 17 years old. I asked him about his goals. He said he wants to have fun and win. He says he can't call the fight, but if he has his way, he'll go to the ground because that's where he feels safest.
Yeah, this kid's a really good kid. Like, he's got a really good energy about him. He's been training for a while now, like 3 years. So started training really young at an age of 14. It's pretty incredible. And he's very well-rounded. He's got a good skill set, boxing, wrestling, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu. So I look forward to watching this fight.
Now coming to the cage is THERRIEN. He's 0-0, weighing 165 pounds, and he's from Apeiron MMA. He's 22 years old. I asked him what his game plan for tonight was, and he says he wants to give it 100% and push the pace. He wants to make a statement, get a KO, and make a statement for his first fight. His strengths are his boxing.
Yeah, it should be pretty interesting. He claims to have quite a bit of power, so if he's able to go in there and put one on this young kid's chin, it might be a short night.
And here we go, first round underway.
Ooh.
Both guys throwing some leather right away.
Yeah, BRYAN kicking without setting it up though. Not a big fan of throwing kicks without setups. Unless you're an expert kicker, it can lead to danger.
THERRIEN getting him against the cage.
Oh.
Struggling in the middle.
Nice takedown, nice takedown. Let's see if he can control this position here. BRYAN's going to be doing everything in his power to get up here. He needs to get his back to the fence or towards the fence and use it to get himself back to his feet.
BRYAN now has full guard, and he's throwing punches from the bottom.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of punching off the bottom. I think it's a little bit better to attack submissions and start working to stand up or get to a better position to strike from. Having a person on top of you is not the greatest position. It's not the place you want to be in. Gravity is not in your favor.
And THERRIEN taking advantage of that fact and raining down some thunder.
Yes, definitely.
Nice escape by BRYAN. Now they're both up to their feet again.
Great work, great work. Got to watch out when he's adjusting that knee there. Oh, they're throwing bombs here, not playing around.
Both guys throwing heavy leather, pardon me.
Okay, there's going to be a little bit of a cardio issue if they keep this kind of a pace up.
BRYAN shoots for the takedown and gets stuffed and eats a big knee by THERRIEN.
Savage knee. Oh, but
THERRIEN throwing some bombs right in front of us, and BRYAN answering right back with some bombs of his own.
Oh my goodness. I really need BRYAN to start protecting his face on his exits. He's backing up with his hands down in a straight line. That's a recipe for disaster.
Now the headgear of THERRIEN came off, so they're going to readjust it. Safety first, folks.
Yeah, it's good because we're giving him a little bit of a break here. They're really burning the candle at both ends. They're going to gas out. Nobody wants that.
Now, was that the first fight adrenaline dump? Is that what's happening here?
Yeah, it's a little bit of an adrenaline dump, and it's also an issue of pacing. The older you get and the more experience you get, you learn how to pace yourself in fights so you don't get too tired. You never want to be bending over with your hands on your knees like that. Very bad posture.
And here we go again.
Ooh. BRYAN eats a big jab. THERRIEN just stalking his opponent like he's prey here. Ooh,
nice kick by Christopher BRYAN.
But once again, he's not setting it up, so he's eating the counter almost every time. THERRIEN is ready for it. He eats the kick, but he always delivers a counter.
Heavy leather thrown by THERRIEN, and they clinch against the cage.
Vicious shots here, vicious.
And THERRIEN gets the takedown and ends up in side control, I believe. It could be half guard.
Yeah, half guard, but the half guard is wide open. He could step out of that anytime he really wants to. BRYAN just kind of hanging on and trying to survive in this position, not really attempting to escape or place any submissions on to threaten his opponent.
Now THERRIEN going for that straight arm lock.
Yeah, straight arm lock or possibly a Kimura.
And that's the end of round one.
Yes, round one in the books.
That's one heck of a way to start off this show.
Very fast-paced round. Very fast-paced round for the first fight of the first round of the first fight of the night.
Now, if you're in Christopher Byron's corner, as your coach, what is you telling him?
I tell him to keep his hands up and stay calm. Stay throwing straight shots. He's throwing a little bit too many wild punches, throwing kicks without setting them up. And THERRIEN is just able to, he's a little bit more composed. He's able to keep his hands up and always there with the answer and the counter.
Both guys have some heavy hands and have definitely eaten some shots. Nice slobber knocker's a good way to start a show, I would say.
Definitely. The crowd always loves a war. If you bleed, they will love you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And we're ready for round 2.
Okay, let's see if BRYAN can turn it around here in the second round.
Guys touch gloves in the center. And Matt THERRIEN appears to be walking him down again. Spinning attack attempted, and he ends up in full
almost had a
guard.
triangle. Yeah, needs to put his back on the fence here and start working to get up. Hip heist and work to get up. See if THERRIEN here can pass the guard and unleash some more of those bombs he was throwing in the first round.
And he's in half guard now and up against the cage. Is that the advantage for Matt or Christopher?
Well, definitely the advantage in this position goes to THERRIEN because BRYAN's head is against the fence. If he can get his back against the fence, that's going to be a position where he can get up in. With your head against the fence, you're going to do nothing but eat bombs. BRYAN here kind of just trying to hang on, maybe hoping for a referee stand-up.
He has a high guard and seems to be trying for an arm there, and he seems to have a triangle choke.
Oh, he is in the triangle, but he's got the wrong angle. See if he can switch the angle. If he switches the angle, this may be dangerous. Maybe dangerous for Matt. Yeah, if I was THERRIEN's coach, I would be yelling at him to posture up, get out of this submission, posture up, create distance in between him and BRYAN to get himself out of this triangle choke. It's pretty close to being locked up here. It's getting closer by the second. Oh, and he lets it go. And he lets it go. Seems to be a bit of an issue with the headgear here of BRYAN. See if the ref breaks it up for a second to adjust the headgear.
Matt THERRIEN throwing some heat to the body and to the head from the full guard of Christopher Byron.
See, this is a bit of a problem that we have when we have headgear in an MMA fight, is the adjustment. So it'll always get twisted around when you're grappling. Oh, here we go, another triangle attempt. Let's see if he can get this one. And close. He's having a little bit of difficulty locking it up.
And Matt THERRIEN uses it to stand up.
Oh, he's visibly tired here, BRYAN.
Ooh, still throwing big bombs, but eating some as well.
Winging bombs here.
He is hurt. He's backing up.
Oh, my goodness. This is turning into an all-out brawl. This could be a street fight.
The exhaustion visible on Christopher Byron's face.
Yep, BRYAN needs to work on that poker face.
Matt THERRIEN taking advantage of it.
Yes,
throwing.
Definitely.
And with round 2 in the books, I would have to say, in my opinion, it's 2 rounds up for Matt THERRIEN.
Yes, I would say definitely, especially that second round was almost a 10-8 with the 2 takedowns and BRYAN throwing bombs and turning his back a couple times out of exhaustion. He's really showing his hand. You really see the expression of emotion on his face and how fatigued he is, touching his chest, talking about his lungs.
And that just sends a message to your opponent.
Really does. As you gain experience, and as these guys move up the ranks, they're going to develop more of a poker face, so that when they're feeling tired and they're feeling fatigued, you won't be able to tell they're fatigued. You won't see it in their body language and their facial expressions. But that's what this is about. That's why amateurs around.
All credit to Christopher Bryan. He had 2 submission attempts during that round too, so he's not out of this yet.
He is by no means out of this.
Hell of a fight at Heroes Combat League.
Yeah, whoever made this fight is doing a great job of matchmaking.
Now Matt Terrien appears to have that poker face you were talking about, right?
Yes, he really does.
And here we go with round 3. Guys, touch gloves in the center. Christopher Bryan pushing forward a little bit.
Nice jab. Nice jab. He needs to double that thing up and bring a right hand behind it.
Eating some big lefts from Matt Terrien, and he's turning his back. Matt Terrien appears to be going for the takedown again.
Terrien has heavy hands. Heavy hands, and he's great with that body lock takedown. That's the 3rd one he's hit this fight.
Christopher Bryan has good scrambles on the ground.
Yeah, he's scrambling. He throws up those submission attempts, but there's no submission attempts going to be able to be performed here. He's in the bottom of side control. Not a great position to be in here.
Now, what does he need to do here, Cajun, to get out of that?
He needs to move his hips away and get his legs back into the game. You can't defend against an opponent if he's taken your legs out of the equation completely. You need to be able to use your whole body while on the ground and able to. Matt
Terrien looking for an Americana here from side control.
Yeah, this is close. This is close. If he brings that elbow closer to the ribs, he may be able to finish this submission here. It's almost in. It's a little
and he's
high
torquing
up,
it.
That's close. This might be the end here.
That's pretty close.
Looking gross. Yeah, I think that's good for an amateur fight.
That was a good stoppage.
That's all it is, my friend.
You know, when you're 17 years old, you're flexible, but the safety of the fighters is first, and the ref did the right thing.
Exactly. If that was a professional fight, I think they would have let it go. But because these people are not getting paid, they're both up and coming. There's not a lot of experience. They will stop a fight. They will stop a fight if they see any danger around.
Congratulations to both guys for a great first fight, but congratulations to Matt Terrien on a submission win in the 3rd round.
Yeah, great scrap. Great way to get experience here. It's amazing.
Absolutely. We were talking about poker face earlier. Now Matt Terrien's showing how tired he really was. But during the fight, he had that 100-meter stare, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the mask has come off in the corner of Matt Terrien, but he looked great throughout the fight. Great fight. Great performance by both these athletes.
And the winner of this match, by Americana, out of the Riddle God corner, Matt Terrien.
I don't know who was that said it, but they said you either win or you learn in combat sports. So there's no losers here.
Very true.
Both guys made that walk, and props to both of them.
Exactly. Even sometimes when you win, if it's a very difficult fight, you'll still learn a lot. But there's no learning like a learning from a loss. It really, really hits home.